Hello and welcome to another Q&A, and yes, I have a pimple right here. Can we get the focus on it? It's normal, it's natural, and I'm not embarrassed of it, and so shouldn't you. And I have some purple potatoes in the oven, so if you stick to the end you will see how crunchy they get and what's the secret about it. So let's get right into your questions.
Come give me the veggies, give me the fruits. Give me the greens, give me the roots. What? Give me the seeds, give me legumes. Come on, I got what you need, I'm giving you truth. I'm a vegan.
Hi. What is your go-to meal when you're tired and hungry and you want to spend as little time in the kitchen as possible but still want to eat healthy? Like potatoes in the oven, as I'm doing right now. It literally only cut them, put them in the oven and done. Sweet potatoes, normal potatoes, purple potatoes. Of course, when you season them it takes 1 minute longer, but if you're really hungry then that's not a good option because it takes 30 minutes but you have no time. You put them in, you wait, you do something else, and then you can eat them. If I want to eat immediately and quite healthy, I have a burrito place around the corner and they have 2 vegan burritos and it's done. You know, if I'm really hungry I buy 2 burritos, if just normal hunger I buy 1 burrito and I'm good to go. Or I make burritos myself. I can start eating immediately, just like today. After I made the potatoes I ate 2 burritos because I was hungry and it's a quick meal. But you have to have all the ingredients like whole grain burrito bread or normal burrito bread and hummus, tofu, lettuce, cucumber and everything you want to put in there. Another really quick go-to meal of mine is muesli. You just take oats or other muesli, plant milk, apple, banana, some raisins, some nuts, some seeds and it's done. You don't have to make it even fancy, just oats, banana, apple, cinnamon and plant milk and it's done. And it's maybe 2 minutes and it's very satisfying. Or porridge, but it takes a couple minutes longer, but it's also very fast. Gosh, there's so many meals that go so fast. Just buy hummus and some raw veggies like sweet potato. Yes, you can eat sweet potatoes raw, most people don't know. And just dip them in there, or some puffed cornflakes and dip it into hummus. Or just some soy yogurt and put some oats and some berries in there. Or smoothie. Smoothies go also so fast. Just frozen berries, bananas, some greens, 1 scoop of protein and it's done. And it takes a couple minutes, so satisfying. There are so many options. So if you want more, get my ebook for 25 recipes and a lot of them are really quick. Link in bio. Link in bio. Link in bio. What is the best time frame to eat after working out? I heard it's best to eat 30 to 60 minutes after the workout for best muscle recovery. Will it be less effective to eat, for example, 2 hours after the workout? No, it won't be less effective. In fact, it doesn't matter. What is most important is your overall calories. So at the end of the day, if you're eating enough calories, if you get your protein and enough micronutrients, that is what mostly all it matters. Of course, meal timing is a factor, but only a little factor. It's the overall calories. So you can eat right after your training, you can wait an hour, you can wait 5 hours. There's not a big difference. I wouldn't wait too long, but most people don't because you get hungry. I usually eat about after 1 or 2 hours after my training. Sometimes I eat a bar right after it and then wait for another hour or 2 hours. But then I get hungry and I eat, but sometimes it was 3, 4, 5, 6 hours and some days I don't eat at all. I do a fasting day and it doesn't really matter. Do what works for you and eat after your workout when you're hungry, and a big complete meal with protein, with carbohydrates and fat and a lot of micronutrients so your body can recover, but you still have a lot of nutrients in your body because digestion takes a lot of hours, like 24 hours. So you always can recover and don't stress yourself out or strict time. Just, you know, develop this feeling, listening to your body and eat when you're hungry. Quick look at my potatoes. They're looking crunchy, so stick to the end to know the secret of crunchy potatoes. Have you always been vegan? If not, how long did it take you to transition and did you have any struggles? I answered this in another Q&A, this one right here, but no, I haven't. I wish I would. I've been vegan for 4 years. And it was a struggle at the beginning to some point, because when you're switching up something where you don't know so much about it and you get negative feedback from your environment, of course you feel insecure and are not sure if it's right what you're doing, but as more as you inform yourself, the more confident you feel and you know you're doing something right. So check out this video, what's probably my most important video. what to do after you go vegan, and it is to inform yourself, but check it out as well. Can you tell me what really inspires you to be vegan? It must have been quite a journey of struggles. As I answered this in the last question, it was to some point, but only for not even the first year, only the first months. And watch this video, I educated myself and I was so convinced and sure that what I'm doing is right, and my environment couldn't, you know, they couldn't change my direction, because I knew, okay, they don't know and I know this is right and I know why I'm doing it, and I'm settled and know this is right for me, and I listen to my heart. But yeah, that's why inform yourself, watch this, click on this, I think it's here. Do you know of low sodium alternatives pasta sauce that has legit ingredients? Do it yourself. Like, the best base is tomato sauce. Just tomato sauce. Here in Germany we get it everywhere for little cents, and mostly it doesn't have salt in it, it's just 100% smashed potatoes. And then you can either just take that or put in some other good stuff like some lemon, some pepper, some curry, some other condiments and some tahini and stuff like that, and make your own no salt sauce or dip or something. And other alternatives, there are probably some fancy brands out there, they're a bit more spicy. Yeah, we are low sodium, but you can totally make it yourself, super easy and affordable. How do I ensure my protein intake but don't want to have too much soy? Simple. Don't eat soy, you don't have to, it's a healthy legume, but eat other legumes. Replace the tofu or the soy products with other legumes like peas, like beans, lentils, chickpeas, edamame and other legumes. There you're getting a lot of protein, plus of course the whole grains, the veggies, the nuts, the seeds. That overall, if you just, you know, if you're just eating rice, quinoa, if you're eating 200 grams of that, 200 grams of oats, you're getting a lot of protein anyway. So don't you worry about protein, focus on healthy complex carbohydrates and calories, that you're getting enough calories from healthy sources, and you have all the protein you need with or without soy. Soy is just a healthy legume, but you can pick other legumes. And you don't even have to eat legumes, like whole grains, nuts, seeds, veggies, they all are full of protein. So don't you worry, focus on healthy foods, you know? Don't like, oh, I need macronutrients, or this macronutrient is evil and this is good. That doesn't make sense. Focus on foods. Which foods are healthy and which are less healthy, and focus on the healthy foods, like complex carbohydrates. And I need to open the door. Pizza package, but not for me, for my roommate. Next one is a German question, but I will answer that on my German channel, vegans.de. I make a German Q&A there as well, so stay tuned, stay subscribed if you speak German or just want to see my pretty face. Any suggestions on how to help others in the household to eat vegan? Cooking multiple dishes each meal is getting too time consuming. Thanks. Make them taste amazing. Don't be preachy like, oh, we have to eat vegan. Just say, hey, I'm cooking for you, and just cook healthy, delicious vegan food. And they're like, this is so good. And at some point they start to crave it, like, your baked potatoes, your sweet potatoes in your oven blast, or these stewed veggies with this good tomato sauce and this chili sauce, and all your pancakes and your porridge is so fluffy, and this lasagna tastes amazing, and what is, it's vegan? And it's healthier? I don't care about my health, I just want it to taste delicious, and it's so delicious. So don't preach like, oh, and make it a big deal. Just, if you're cooking, then just cook vegan and make it taste delicious. And be strong. If you're like, oh, I want my meat, then hey, cook your own meat. I don't cook it for you. I make vegan soul foods, and if you want something as well, feel free. I like to share it, but I don't waste my time and I don't feel good using animal products because I don't stand for it. So make your steak your own if you want one, but I don't make it. I have my morals. And if they love you, they understand, and if not, then drop them like it's hot. Does eating a lot of protein, even when it's vegan, still put a lot of strain on the livers and kidneys? Not really, I haven't seen any studies about it, and my good friend who's very educated about this, Nico Rittenau, I asked him and he didn't know any studies there as well. It's the animal protein that is linked to kidney failure, and it has had a lot of strain on the kidneys and liver, but vegan protein, no, not really. At some point it doesn't make sense to eat so much protein because you're missing out on the other essential nutrients, but if you keep your protein normal or fairly high, it's all good for your for your livers and kidneys. That's my knowledge. All what I'm sharing here, I'm not a doctor, I'm not Jesus, but I'm just a human being, quite knowledgeable, read a lot of books and sharing my knowledge. So I could be wrong, and I am wrong often. If I see all videos, I'm just more knowledgeable now. So don't take everything I'm saying here for the holy grail. Make up your own mind, see this as a suggestion, as my opinion, and then do your own research. Disclaimer. So cool, thank you. That's not a question. Where do you get your B12? Are there any foods, or we have to buy supplements? We have to buy supplements, yes. That is the safest and easiest solution. It just costs very little money and is so simple. Just pop a pill every day and you're safe. There are fortified foods, like blend milks are often fortified with B12, or toothpaste or nutritional yeast, but I wouldn't rely on it because sometimes it's not bioavailable and sometimes it's not enough. And in a supplement, the dosage is often so high that you cover your fully daily intake easily, and you can't really overdose because it's a water soluble vitamin, and thus if you're getting too much, you just pee and sweat the excess out without any damage. So supplement it to be safe, and you can't get enough of it. As I said, you just pee and sweat it out, so supplement it to be safe. Maybe in the future we discover a blend that is loaded with B12, but so far we don't. And these blends that are, like chlorella, it's not always that they have active B12, and we don't want to gamble like, is it in there, it's not, and make it a big deal. Just supplement it and be safe. And maybe you get some extra B12 by eating chlorella and fortified foods, but I wouldn't rely on it. So pop that sub. For all the supplements I recommend and why, visit my website veganstrengths.de and link in bio. Link in bio, link in bio. How to build muscle as a vegan. Just thought I'd improve my knowledge here. It's no different as a vegan to build muscle than a meat eater. When it comes to building muscle, it's the same. The 3 most important facts: going to the gym, lifting weights, have a good plan, and build for progression. Because here on Mother Earth we have a certain kind of gravity, and we grew up getting stronger, but at some point we're well adjusted. Like the age of 14, I can do everything in my day-to-day life, like picking up a backpack, going to school, and I don't need any more muscle, so I don't grow. But if you want to be bigger and stronger, you need to increase your physical load. Thus, you need to do compound movements in the gym, like squats, and you start off with the empty barbell, and then you increase the weight slowly and make progression, and thus the physical load increases and your body adapts by building muscle. So you need a plan that focuses on progression, on getting stronger, like squats. I started with the empty barbells 4 years ago, and now I do over 100 kilograms. I do 1 rep max 150 kilograms because I had this overload principle, and each week I try to increase 2.5 kilograms. It doesn't work linear, but it goes in waves. But make sure that the waves go up, get stronger, and thus you get more muscular. That's fact number 1. Then you need to eat, otherwise you waste away. And if you want to build muscle, then I recommend a slight caloric plus. That is making the progression much easier because you get nutrients in abundance, and building muscle, that's a luxury. So your body wants to survive. And if not everything is covered, if you're in a caloric deficit, then your body really focuses on your organ function and your health. But if you have the nutrients in abundance, then your body's like, yeah, I can spare that and build some muscle. So muscles are a luxury product. So eating in a slight caloric plus makes it much easier. That is fact number 2, and ensuring to have enough protein. But if you're eating enough calories, you always have enough protein. And number 3, regenerate well. You only can build muscle. You don't build muscle in the gym, because there you're tearing them apart. You build muscle while you regenerate. So regenerate well, that means sleep well, sleep enough, avoid stress, relax, and do some recovery work, like going for a walk. And yeah, having also a positive mood can boost regeneration, so smile. Oh, they're crunchy, but one more question. What supplements you take? Vitamin B12 and vitamin D, that's the essential supplements. Vitamin B12 year round, and vitamin D year round if you live in a basement and don't get any sun, and if you get some sun, then only in the winter. These supplements I take for health, and everyone should take. Then I take some supplements for building muscle, which are not necessary at all, but I take creatine, 5 grams every day, and I covered that in my last Q&A, so check that out if you want to know more about it. But essential B12 and vitamin D. That's it for the Q&A. And now I show you my potatoes. Oh, this looks so good, guys. Do you see the crunchiness going on over here? And I have a lot more over here. And now the secret on how to make them crunchy. Leave them a little bit longer in the oven than you would and slice them really tiny so they get crunchy, and put them one level above that you would usually do, because then the hot heat, you know, makes them crunchy at the top. That, I think, the secrets, that's how I get them crunchy, I think. So try these 3 tips and let me know if it works down below. And I hope you like this Q&A. I see you in the next one, and peace.